Hello watch fans, this is Berthier Watches with a guide to the different types of movement that you'll find in a watch. We have 4 different watches here, one with a manual, one with an automatic, one with electronic and one with a quartz movement. And I'm just going to run you through some of the basics. Now please don't pay attention to the actual watches, they're just there as a comparison. Each one of these styles of movement come with different qualities, different features, but this is just a guide. So we'll start with a manual movement. A lot of vintage watches will have a manual movement, and when we say manual, you turn the crown manually to wind it up. When you look at the back of the watch, this one, we've removed the backs of all of these, that's what you'll see. Gears, spinning things, and that's pretty much it. It will be different if it's a chronograph, that will have an extra movement on it, but that's pretty much what you're going to be looking for. Now, the next one we're going to look for is the automatic watch. Now this is essentially the same thing, lots of gears and wheels, but this time you can't fail but notice there is a big weight here. And this weight, the pendulum effect spinning round, effectively takes away you turning the crown. So this automatically winds the movement, but behind it, it's pretty much exactly the same as a manual movement. Here we have an electronic movement. These are quite scarce, so I'll forgive you if you haven't seen these before. Now, this has a battery in, so you don't need to wind it. But it has 2 coils at the top here and here. This movement was developed by Bulova, used by Omega and IWC and Longines and many others. And this is a high quality movement, but with a battery. Now, you'll see the second hand there is incredibly smooth. You have the manual watch seems to judder just slightly. And the auto watch will too. You might be able to hear it ticking. But an electronic watch is very smooth and it hums, it doesn't tick. Now the final one is a quartz movement, and the easiest way to spot a quartz is that it ticks at second intervals. It doesn't sweep round, it ticks. Now this is a fairly early quartz. Most modern quartzes won't look that interesting in the back, but battery powered, the quartz is the bit that vibrates to keep the time. But it's that tick, that's the difference. So with this or an electronic watch, you can pretty much put it on your wrist. It'll be the same time, it'll be set at the right time. An automatic or a manual watch, you may have to readjust. And you may have to just make sure it's wound up. I hope you found that useful.